Good afternoon. Shabbat Shalom. This is Rabbi Katzavis from Beit Tikkun coming to you this week with my musings on Parshat Re'eh. Actually, it is Monday before the weekend because on Thursday I have the blessing myself of going on a trip with my kids to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. So I will not be with you this weekend celebrating Shabbat, but I wanted to share some reflections on Parshat Re'eh. So yes, Parshat Re'eh is a continuation of the warnings and promises. And as I said last week, this is the book of Deuteronomy. Re'eh, see, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. What's the blessing? That you listen, Shema, to the teachings of the Torah. As I discussed last week, Shema evokes a particular quality. It means to take in, to let it impact you. It's an active verb, almost a pleading. Listen, really listen. Take these teachings to heart. The curse, that you don't listen, that you don't take the mitzvot to heart, that you stray from the path of Yud-Heh Vav-Heh, that you don't walk in God's ways and stray after other gods and idols. Now, this is really interesting to me, excuse me. The blessings and curses are not what happens after you listen or fail to listen. The blessing itself is listening, and the curse itself is not listening. If you listen, then you're blessed. If you don't, you're cursed. We have most certainly strayed from these teachings. The Torah warns us that we will become a nation like all other nations, modeled on domination, power over, and imperialism. That is the curse. We can talk about the consequences of not following the Torah, the consequences of the curse, being kicked off the land, suffering, starvation, etc. These are awful consequences. But the curse is not the consequence. The curse is not the consequences. The curse is that we've lost our moral center. We have chosen domination and power over values of love, care, kindness, and generosity. So why is that the curse? Because we lost our moral center. We are no longer so special or unique. Instead, we are just like other nations. We can scream and shout and profess our exceptionalism. Israel can claim it's the most moral army in the world. And Israel and its defenders can claim that when you criticize Israel, you are anti-Semitic. But actually, the Torah says something else. The Torah says no. Once you choose domination and power over, you are actually just like other nations. You are no longer special. And you will endure the same consequences because you chose the curse. As we approach the high holidays, Israel and all of us have a choice. We could choose the blessing, but to do that, we need to recognize and acknowledge the horrific ways we've rejected the moral center of our tradition and chosen to follow the gods of power, military might, and domination. We need to see this path as a curse, and we need to engage in the long, hard journey of teshuvah, returning to the most loving and generous teachings in our Torah, teachings of love and nonviolence, care and generosity, justice, liberation, and peace. Such a return includes that we engage in reparations and repair for all the harm we have committed. Now, I know someone is going to say, wait, but what about Hamas and all it's done? And to that, I say that our job is to clean up our own house. For decades upon decades, the Jewish people, the state of Israel, have chosen to use weapons and systems and structures of oppression in the false belief that that is what would keep us safe. Our safety and all our blessings comes from embracing the other building solidarity, being generous, loving and kind, ensuring justice and liberation for all, and ultimately, love. I know that personally and collectively, embracing the blessing, the love, can be very challenging and scary. And so we have Shabbat. Shabbat offers us an opportunity for one day to turn away from the idols of our day, the distractions, the pull to do and acquire, and turn towards love. The love of the other, the stranger, the vulnerable, and even perhaps the one who scares us. Shabbat Shalom. Please look in the link to register for our next Shabbat service on September 21st. We're taking some time off. And also for all the upcoming events, we have a whole slew of wonderful events coming up. I hope you'll join us. Shabbat Shalom.